Hi, this is Trey Passer, and this is my movie review of Snow White and the Huntsman. There's my movie ticket. I think you can see it, that one. Just never focuses. But there, Snow White and the Huntsman. I saw it tonight at around 6:30 p.m. And first of all, let me say, like I said, I saw the trailer a few months ago, and like a lot of people saw the trailer, I was intrigued by this take on Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs tale. This movie starred Kristen Stewart, of course, Chris Hemsworth, and Charlize Theron. Again, Kristen Stewart played Snow White, Chris Hemsworth played the Huntsman, and Charlize Theron played the Evil Queen. And like I said, this review is going to have minor spoilers in it. Nothing overt, but just minor spoilers in it, just by way of explaining. Again, the story starts off with Snow White, being born, of course, to king and queen. And of course, as a little girl, she's supposed to be the most beautiful, this little thing ever, and smart and everything else, and has a tender heart and everything else. And soon after there, her mother dies. Her father's heartbroken, and then this evil force invades their kingdom, and their army smashes them down rather quickly, and they rescue a prisoner, who turns out to be Charlize Theron, who's supposed to be a captured princess. Of course, the father falls head over heels in love with her because she's incredibly beautiful. And of course, on her wedding night, she reveals her true colors on their wedding night, and she winds up murdering him and basically taking over the kingdom. She allows her true army to come in, and they overwhelm the king's army, and they basically murder most of the king's army. And Snow White they capture, and she locks her in the tower for about 12 years. And of course, in the meantime, you get to know what her real motivation is. Her real motivation is that she wants eternal beauty. And she has the magic mirror, just like in the fairy tale, who constantly tells her that she's the most beautiful in the land, and she basically sucks the life out of young girls to maintain her beauty. Okay, and at this point, as she's getting older, she finds out through the magic mirror, when she asks it again, who's the fairest one of them all, it tells her to maintain her beauty forever and a day, she has to consume the heart of Snow White. Okay? And basically, this is where the movie begins, as you can see in the trailer. Snow White winds up escaping from the imprisoned tower, and she goes into the dark forest, where the queen's magic doesn't work, and so she has to hire somebody to go into the dark forest to get Snow White so she can consume her heart and gain more immortality. So she dispatches her brother to get somebody, and she gets Chris Hemsworth, who plays the Huntsman, who's a grieving widower who spends most of his time getting drunk. Okay, and she kind of forces him. She promises him that she will return his dead wife if he goes into the dead forest and retrieves Snow White for him. So reluctantly he goes. Okay, and that's it. I'm not going to tell you any more about the movie, but let me just say I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It kept me engaged, and I think the person in this movie that really made this movie for me would be Charlize Theron. She was absolutely fantastic as the Evil Queen. Like I said, she went through so many range of emotions. Like I said, when they first met her, the king first met her, and she's all timid and all kind and sweet and light. And then when she turns and reveals her true persona, and she's practically frightening, and just, I think, to Charlize Theron, she owned that part of the Evil Queen. She was just absolutely fantastic. Just like you've seen in the trailer, she had a great presence in this movie, and she was just fantastic. And Chris Hemsworth, to me, was also very good, because he went through another great range of emotions. Like in the beginning, when you first see him, he's, like I said, this drunk and not much caring about anything else. And you see his transformation slowly throughout the movie, where he slowly starts to care about things. And I won't say what things, because that'd be kind of spoilers. But you can see he goes through this range of emotions, like I said, from the beginning, where he doesn't care to when he does start caring. And they also have a bunch of famous actors as the dwarfs in the movie. And I should mention that. You got Ian McShane, Bob Hoskins, Ray Winston, Who else? I'm trying to think who else. Let's see. I say Ian McShane, Bob Hoskins, Ray Winston, and Nick Frost, yeah, and Eddie Marson and Toby Jones, I think, and Brian Gleason. I think they were they played the not elves, they played dwarfs. Okay, that Snow White and the Huntsman run into. Okay, so the dwarfs are in the story from the original Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs story. They're in the story too, and they're hysterical and funny and brave and everything else. So they're good too. And like I said, as far as Kristen Stewart is concerned, a lot of people have been ripping her, and I've been reading reviews and stuff, and people have been saying that she has this one face, that she has this one emotion that she really doesn't, she doesn't. I guess they say that she can't really. They're basically saying she can't act. That she has this one face, and she just has this one emotion. Okay, she wasn't the greatest actress in this movie, I can say that, but she to me didn't detract from this movie. So, like I said, she played a part, and she was when she had to be frightened and fearful and all this stuff. I thought she did a decent job, and she didn't detract from the movie. Like I said, to me, the person that made this movie was Charlize Theron. She was absolutely fantastic as the evil queen. Like I said, she went through so many emotions, and there was even parts of the movie where you actually felt sorry for her. Okay, without giving away what those parts are, but there's actually parts where they kind of explain a little bit in flashback about how she came to be, the queen, the immortal, queen with the fantastic beauty and stuff. They went into it a little bit to explain to you, so you had a little bit of sympathy for her. Okay, but of course she was evil, and they threw in well, I mean that's a spoiler part. I won't say that. Okay, but like I said, I definitely would recommend this movie. Definitely go see this movie. It's definitely a movie worth seeing. It was totally worth it. Like I said, it's some great fight scenes in it, and they even had a troll in it just for people that want to know. And like I said, the special effects was fantastic, and especially the evil mirror thing. I like the way they did that. And Charlize Theron, when she used her magic and stuff, those were some great highlights for that. And like I said, Chris Hemsworth too was really good in this movie. Like I said, he went through that, like I said before, a range of emotions, from a guy not caring to a guy that actually cared and had a cause to fight for. So I thought he was great too. And so that's my review. So feel free, let me know if you've seen this movie. If you are going to see this movie, you want to see it, feel free to leave a comment down below. And this is Trey Pastor. But before I go, I want to say one thing. Okay, this is unrelated to the movie review. Okay, tonight, or I guess it would be yesterday. For my Mets, New York Mets, Johan Santana. This guy right here, that guy right here, Johan Santana, pitched their first no-hitter in the Mets history, New York Mets baseball team history. Okay, so congrats to my Mets, and congrats to Johan Santana, right there, that guy, that gentleman right there, number 57, for pitching the Mets' first no-hitter. Okay, in the Mets history. Okay, so thank you for Johan for doing that, and congrats to my Mets. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.